G'day everybody and welcome back. When I was doing the rebuild of that hydraulic cylinder for coal, when I got Trent to re-weld the eye back onto the new rod, a lot of you guys suggested that I needed to make Trent a rotary earth clamp. This one is based on Curtis's design. It works, it's simple, and it just does the job. That's what I'm thinking. I've been fortunate enough, I hunted around and got some bronze, a couple of offcuts of bronze, and an old brass bush. The bronze I got has about a 7/8 hole in it. I want to reduce that down to 3/4, hence why I'm going to press fit a bush into the guts of it, because one's got to be a through hole, one's got to be threaded 3/4. It's going to be simple, no plans, just make it happen. And hopefully it'll work pretty good for him and he'll have it for many years, I hope. Should be a quick, easy, simple build, I hope. Okay, I've decided I'm going to make up the bushes or the inserts I'll put into the bigger bronze pieces, bring it down to this diameter. I'll get one out of this section, then I'll have to skip this hole and get the next one out of there. Bit of a waste, but there's no other way of really doing it. I'll part this off and I'm going to bore the hole once I've Loctited it into the bigger piece. Okay, we've got our two pieces made. Inserts, they'll have to go into there. Just going to face these off now, bring them to width, and then I've got to work out a way to do the outside when I get around to that. So, like I say, no plans for this. I didn't really give it any thought, just going to build it. Okay, I faced this off to roughly 20mm thick. These are roughly 20mm wide, 30mm in diameter. So I've got to bore this out so it's a press fit. Still getting used to this DRO. It's taken longer than what I expected to get used to it, to be honest. I still got a bad habit of checking out the hand wheels all the time. Spot on 30mm. So really that should press into there. But I'm going to put a small little ring around the inside that the Loctite can sit in. Okay, so I've got these both prepped. You see the grooves in the centre of both of them where the Loctite can fit, so I'm going to go and press these in now. That'll do it. Well, they're in. Well, that one's in. Hopefully when I face that off, should be a pretty neat blend. Okay, we've got some Loctite in there. Should be enough. Just push it home. Hope for the best. It's definitely going home. That's good. Just go and let these set for a minute while I have a cup of tea and start machining them flat. Well, I do apologise, I jumped the gun on this one here a little bit. I've been faced off both sides. I'm not overly concerned about the width of them, as long as they're somewhere near close to being the same. I just went until they cleaned up. And that joint here blended in quite nice on both sides, but I'll show in the video facing the other one off. This one here I'm going to put the 3/4 thread on, or in should I say. That was 5/8, so I've got to take it out to 16.5 mil. .6, 0.1 over already. Wow. I really don't know what went on with that camera then, because I honestly thought I was recording. I've seen the red light flashing. Then I went to turn it off and it's already turned off. Anyway, that's bored to 3/4. I'll put the other one up now, and I'm going to have to use a tap to cut the thread. I'm not too sure if I've already said this before, but I'm not too sure if it recorded it, because this is the only internal threading bar I've got, and I'm not going to stuff around grinding one up. It's too big for this hole. That's blended nice. Okay, I'll turn that around and do the other side. Okay, that joint looks a lot better than the previous cut. I like that. Okay, I've got to boil this out to 16.5 mil now. Okay, this should be the last pass out to 16.5 mil. DRO tells me it should be 16.52. That all depends if I punch the information into it correctly to start with. 16.55. someone's lying to me. Anyway, here's what it is. Chamfer it, put a thread on it, in it. It's a good lead in for the thread, I think. Okay, so that's what it's like when it's together so far. Spins freely. Now look, the phone, it's always going off. What I've got to do now is come up with some way to skim the both outside of these so they're nice and concentric. Got a bolt, this one with the thread in is nipped up on that bolt. Just keeping that one tight, put a centre in it, just holding it by the thread, be plenty good enough to buzz the outside of this off. It's got them chamfers pretty close, just by eye, nothing too drastic. There it is assembled on that bolt, on the bolt that it's going to go on. Got to make another nut that's longer so you can put the consumable tip in that gets welded to your job. And it's got to have a flat machined on this, the free turning one, and an M10 thread put in it for a bolt to stick out, or an M8 or M10 for a bolt to stick out to put the earth clamp onto. So last night after dinner, I was looking at the bolt and I thought that looks absolute crap. So I'm going to fix it. There's a bolt hiding in there. I'm going to find it. Also, a big thanks to a viewer who sent in this genuine lock line. Absolutely brilliant stuff. It's I've only ever used the cheap ass crap you get off eBay, and you move it out of the way and it'll pop off, and yeah, it's crap. But this here is a genuine lock line article, and geez, you can tell the difference in quality. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So thank you very much, mate. Truly appreciate your generosity. Okay, should be final cut. Just buggerized around the sizes there a little bit, but we should be right. Spot on. It's perfect. Now I've got to put the thread on. Rightio, we're set up to do a scratch pass, and I had to relieve a little bit at the end here because I was clashing with this bloody live centre. It's a bit of a pain. I need to get a needle nose one, or a skinny nose one. Spot on. A little bit loose, but it'll be right. I've got to turn this end off now, and part it off over to the mill and put the hex on it. You can't beat them TNGG inserts. It's in a hex collar block, obviously. Go around all the 6 sides. And then I might run the fly cutter over for the last couple of hours just to make that look really slick. That's all 6 sides done. Put it back in the lathe and chamfer that again, and that bolt's finished. I know, I just chucked it back up in the lathe and put a bit of a chamfer on that edge and just knocked the points off the hex. Fits. That's 1 inch. That's how we ended up. Not a bad looking bolt. Probably a bit flash, but if you're going to do it, you may as well make it look pretty. Now, doesn't that look so much better than that old crappy bolt that I had? What I'm going to do now is make up a new nut that's longer, so I can screw the like a consumable end in it. Put your weld onto your job. That spins nicely. Okay, I've got to make a nut now, but it's going to be about 35mm roughly long. Okay, that's out to 16.5mm, ready to tap it. Just got to put a lead in for the tap. Just going to take a while, I reckon, so I'll bring you guys back when I'm done. I'm going to finish tapping that once that hex is on and in the vise. Be a lot easier. Time to put the hex on. Now I realised that camera was shaking like a dog there for a moment, but it's the mount. The mount's absolutely shagged, as well as the camera. But yeah, it just shakes like a mongrel, so I'm not going to worry about filming putting the rest of this hex on because it's just going to cause me grief, I think. Okay, so off camera I finished that nut off. I'm glad I did make it like a long series nut, double nut if you want to call it that. Now there's plenty of thread in there. You can screw another 3/4 stud in there, end of, cut that off a bolt or leave the head on the bolt so it can be welded to the job. The only thing I've got to do now is drill and tap a M10 for a stud into here so they can put his earth clamp onto it. And then we just about got it by the gonads, I think. Okay, I'll tap that quickly and mission's done. Okay, it's time for final assembly, although we're missing one bolt. No, we're not. So this face, make sure that face is spotlessly clean because they'll gall otherwise. That is it. This can spin around and round and round. So while the job's, you've got your job spinning on the welder, on the rollers or whatever you're doing, and your earth clamp stays still. I reckon that come up alright, eh? That'll definitely do him. Should get the easy use out of that. And next time I want a job done that needs a bit of pipe welding or something, he's got the part to do it. And later on I may even make up get a clamp and put a stud on a clamp so he can just replace this with a clamp setup, like a small G clamp or something. That there was a really enjoyable build, and I hope you guys enjoyed the build as well. I'm going in for treatment this week. Well, as you're watching this, I'll be probably only just getting home from having treatment, so just see what, just see how we go over the next few days. That last one knocked the crap clean out of me, so see what happens this time. But yeah, I hope he's enjoyed that build. Trent's seen this already. He's pretty stoked to have it. So yeah, and as I said in the video, if I get a brass or like a brass clamp, I'll adapt it to fit this so he can put it on the end of tubes or whatever. Anyway, I hope he's enjoyed. Thanks for watching and see you later. Hooroo.